Hey, what is good, what is good, what is good, beautiful people? Of course, you know who I am, the good doc, Dr. Mike. Back again, once again, with another classic video for you guys today. About to do it one more time. Magandang umaga, magandang gabi, magandang hapon, which means good morning, good evening, and of course, good afternoon, depending on what time you guys choose to watch this video today. Trying to bring it back, I'll probably forget in the next video, of course. But today, we're gonna rip this some gun off like a band-aid, and we're gonna talk about a topic that I have never covered quite yet. And that topic is going to be, do you need a maid and or helper in the Philippines? Now, I will say, big salute to Tom and Ruth in the Philippines. That particular video that they made about this particular topic was brought to my attention, and I was like, you know what? I like what he was saying in the video, but I wanted to give you guys my very own version or my very own thought process of whether you should need a maid or not. Again, I've lived my life without a maid, I've lived my life with a live-in maid, and I've also lived my life with a part-time maid. So again, I'm able to tackle this particular topic from multiple perspectives, and I hope that I am able to cover all of the variables that are going to come to me as this video goes along. First things first, the first variable we're going to tackle in this particular topic is if you are a single man living in the Philippines, do you need a maid? Or if you are a couple, maybe you got a girlfriend or something, do you need a maid in the Philippines? Okay? Let's get it out the way. If you're a single man and you don't like to do anything like wash your own clothes or do anything like that, anything domestic, if you're that type of person, then of course you're going to need a maid. When it comes to like laundry shops and using the laundry shops and stuff like that, there is a high probability that they could lose your clothes. So having a maid come in and wash your stuff for you definitely does have its advantages in reference to that, especially if they come through, they clean up the house for you and all of the above, you know, make your stuff look really, really good. Now, again, when it comes to that particular situation, if you're a single man, don't try to sleep with your maid, okay? Just let her do her job, okay? Because I know y'all some slick dudes, man. Y'all all gonna try it. You're gonna try to get the sexiest thing you possibly can to clean your house and also sleep with her. Because that's just the type of guys most of you are. Y'all fucked up for that. But I'm not mad at you for doing it because some of these maids are very, very sexy. But try to find somebody that you can actually get with that can actually do her job. Make sure that the only thing that she is there to do is her job and her job only. Don't try to fuck with her like that. All right, just a quick safety precaution. You never know how a situation can go both ways, especially if, you know, she is the maid. Now, if you don't want to get a maid, but you want to get a girl that could come in and cook and clean for you, get you a girlfriend, which is what I'm going to transition into as we speak. If you do have a girlfriend or somebody that you trust to be around, I personally see no need whatsoever for a maid. As long as you got a woman, that woman should be able to cook and clean and do for you as needed. Again, if you guys are both busy and you have a busy lifestyle and you're unable to do certain things, maybe a part-time maid will be a good idea. But again, we're gonna get into the part-time, full-time maids in a little bit. You know, just let me get through what I'm talking about right now. But again, if you're a single guy, and you're looking to get a maid, you know, it's not a bad idea, but don't try to sleep with her, because I know you guys are like that. Trust me. He know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to say his name, but I like to fuck with him about his maid fetish and whatnot. But again, guys, you have to be careful about how you choose your maids. Like Tom said in his video, you got to do your due diligence. You got to do your research, know the family that she's coming from and things like that. You don't just want somebody coming up in your house and cleaning and stuff, and you know, you don't know if she has the probability or the anticipation to steal or something like that. Sometimes it could be something as small as finding change inside of your pockets when she's cleaning. If you're not really keeping up, she put that in her pocket instead of giving it back to you. Always start small, and it could definitely get bigger. Now, here's what I will say in reference to having a part-time maid, a full-time maid in that particular aspect. So when I talk about part-time maids, maids that only come in to clean or do whatever she needs to do a few times a week or once a week. Now, when I had a part-time maid, she came to the house every Sunday. Sunday was the day that I knew that I wasn't doing anything, so she would come early in the morning and she would leave probably about early part of afternoon, 3 or 4 o'clock. Now, with the part-time maid, I paid my part-time maid $500 per day that she showed up. Now, when she came through, she swept, she did my bathrooms, well, there's never really any dishes because I wasn't too much cooking at the time, but you know, she did the bathroom, she cleaned the house from top to bottom, she cleaned up on the outside, and I paid her $500. Now, eventually, we knew her husband, so her husband would come with her also on Sunday, and you know, he would clean up like the little grassy area around the house, or if we had weeds and stuff that needed to be plucked, or something like handyman shit that needed to be taken care of, he would come through and take care of that on Sundays as well. So we would add an additional 200 pesos and end up paying 700. You do 700 pesos times 4, because we would come every Sunday, sometimes 5 if there's 5 Sundays. You're looking at about 2,800 on average, okay? So about 2,800 a month, you know, in having a part-time maid or somebody to come through once a month. Now, again, this is more so for my area in Davao City. Like Tom said in his video, it does depend on the area you're living in. Sometimes it may be a little bit more costly in other areas, like your bigger city areas like Cebu, Manila, etc., etc. Now, if you have a full-time maid means she lives in, she cooks and cleans, she does everything all the time. She gets 1 day off a week, she comes back and she's living in with you guys. The prices are going to vary. I'm thinking you're going to end up spending, give or take, $100 a month, so about 4,000 or 5,000 pesos. You're going to probably end up paying her, at least with our maid, we paid roughly about 3,000 or something like that. It's hard to remember because it was a while ago, but in and around 3,000, 3,500, and then the rest of that money went towards her having her basic necessities, her food, her rice, you know, a place to cook, her oils, whatever she needed, we bought. Now, we could have said, okay, what we'll do is we'll include all of that in your salary so you go out and get it on your own. But ultimately, we came out cheaper by just buying it for her, giving her, you know, do you want, you know, your canned sardines or your canned corned beef or whatever, and how much rice do you need per month? Just let us know when you need rice, we'll buy it. You know, so we came out cheaper just getting it for her when we went to the grocery store and did it ourselves, as opposed to having her buy it on her own. All right, so again, if you're looking at a live-in maid, at least in Davao City, in my particular area, you're looking at roughly about, like I said, about 4,000, maybe 5,000 pesos a month. Now, again, you know, hey, think about it. That's very, very cheap. $100 a month is not really that bad, as opposed to comparing it to maid services in the United States and probably other expensive areas. So, you know, like I said, a part-time maid comes in once, twice a week. Well, for us, it was just once a week on Sunday. But if you need somebody to come in on a daily basis to take care of your basic, you know, cleaning and stuff like that, then you do that. But like for us, we had a washing machine. But before we got the washing machine, our live-in maid actually did our clothes and stuff like that. So, excuse me, that kind of played all into her duties and responsibilities, taking care of us. Now, again, she would wake up, our full-time maid would wake up about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, clean the outside, and then she would come inside only when we let her in. And remember this, guys, I don't care who you are in the world, do this. I don't care how trusting you are. Never ever let your maid clean anywhere without you being present. Okay, let me say that one more time. Never let her clean anywhere without you being present. So if she's gonna come inside the house, you know, if she's going into like your bedroom, I'm not saying stand over the top of her, but make sure anything that is of value you kind of keep with you, or you put it away somewhere. That's important to me. That's just for peace of mind. I'm not saying she's gonna steal from you, but for your own peace of mind, always make sure you put anything of value, in your personal opinion, put it away, put it somewhere where she literally has to go looking for it to find it. That way you don't have to be on top of her while she's cleaning. Now, if you're the type of person that's very trusting, my dad has always told me never let anybody clean anything where you're not present. So if she was cleaning the house, I'm not on top of her everywhere she goes. But again, I'm out in the living room watching TV, doing something while she's doing the dishes in the kitchen, or while she's cleaning the bathrooms or something. I'm always present. Like, my presence is always there. And I think that you guys should definitely do the same. Don't just say, oh, okay, I'm gonna run to the store real quick while she's cleaning or something. Don't go do any other activity where you're allowing her to be in a space by herself. I just think that, you know, that's just for your own peace of mind. Remember that. Those are really, really key hints that'll definitely keep everything on the up and up. Because I say that because if something comes up missing, you can't really blame her unless you find it on her. You know, that shit could just have gone missing. So now all of a sudden it's the case of the missing such and such or whatever. And now all of a sudden you want to blame her and fire her, but maybe it just got lost. Maybe it fell while she was cleaning. Maybe it got wedged between your bed and a dresser, or maybe it fell back behind the dresser or something like that. So, you know, before shit starts to, you know, really bubble out of control and you lose your mind over her and try to accuse her of being a thief and something like that, just make sure you're present. Just make sure you're always around so you can avoid having these particular situations transpire. Again, if you're in a relationship, I feel like you guys should both be doing the cleaning in the house, cooking and cleaning. Again, if your girl has no job at all, don't see why you would ever need a maid. I'm keeping that real with you, keeping it 100, because at the end of the day, you definitely need to make sure that you keep your girl doing what she's supposed to do as your woman. Now, if you guys are both working, like I said, you both have jobs and stuff, may be hard. So maybe a part-timer to come through on a Sunday, take care of the basic things to make sure everything is clean for the week. Probably not a bad idea, but on an everyday average thing, I think you guys can sweep your own damn house. I mean, or your own apartment or something like that. All right, so that's just my own thought process as far as being in a relationship and having a maid. You know, maybe if you have kids and you can't take them to school, maybe a yaya. They call them yayas. They don't call them maids, or they don't even call them nannies. They're called yayas. Or yeah, is that it? Yeah, I think that's the only name, like yayas. So you definitely want to make sure you have somebody like that, just in case you can't do it yourself. But of course, you should probably try to do it yourself. Don't let your maid or your yaya or your daughter or your son's yaya raise them. Okay, just a quick thought process from the good doc. I think I've covered everything that I wanted to in reference to this video, but I will be honest with you, as far as having a good handyman, always make sure you have a good handyman on standby, because you know you're gonna need somebody to interact with the locals for you. So having a good handyman or somebody you can trust to do a little bit of extra stuff for you would definitely be to your benefit. Okay, so it is always good to have a handyman on speed dial, somebody you trust to work on your toilets in case they go bad, because the plumbing system in the Philippines is a little iffy. Somebody to help with the sinks in case they clog or something like that. You can't really fix them the same way that you would probably fix a sink in the United States. Okay, and Drano doesn't cure everything, all right? So again, that's just my quick thought process. Anything that you want to add, please leave it down in the description area below. Let me know if you think that it is a great idea to have a maid or not. If you think it's a good idea to have anything, yes or no, and why. I'm looking for it. So guys, leave it down in the comment section below. Single men, stay away from maids that you want to hook up with, okay? Stop that. Let the girl do her job, okay? I know it's hard. I remember telling you the story about the psychotic Filipina that tried to kill me, but I hope you guys liked that one. I was just having some fun in that video, or that live stream, I'm sorry. But again, guys, those are just my opinions and my thoughts on that particular process. Again, definitely make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you get the likes up. Dr. Mike would highly appreciate that. With that being said, the good doc is officially out. At least nako. Paalam, which means we are going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Mahal kita. Mabuhay. Peace.